All right, well, cool. If you don't mind, we'll just jump right in and talk about Hooded Menace for a little bit.
Yeah.
New record, the Tritonus Bell. Is that correct? Did I say that right? Now that it's just about, well, hold on, let me restart that. The Tritonus Bell, is it out yet, or is it about to be out?
Yeah, it's about to be out late August.
Okay, that's what I thought. My notes were all screwed up here. So now that it's done, I'm assuming everything's recorded?
Yeah, everything's recorded, and it's being pressed right now. So we already released the first single a month ago, and the next one is going to be out.
What's been the reaction so far?
I think they've been pretty good, actually. Yeah, considering the fact that it's there's a bit change to the overall sound like in terms of having those more traditional heavy metal elements to it compared to the earlier ones. I think it's actually quite nice to see the feedback and reactions that people actually got it quite well, the whole thing.
Was that a conscious change, or is that something that just happened over 6 albums?
As I'm not the one who writes the songs, because it's the main guy. He's a guitar player, but what I've been talking with him about the whole writing process, it's been more like a natural thing,
right?
But he's a guy who grew up with the 80s heavy metal, like the classic stuff,
right? Yeah,
and that's basically the things that the music he's been listening to last couple of years, right. Okay, maybe some Death Doom classics, but mostly just the 80s heavy metal, even the softer ones, like including Rat and Dokken.
Yes, that's right up my alley, right?
Yeah, so it's I think he has been having that itch to do something like this since the last album, and now like I've been doing the vocals for the last 5 years. This is the second album I'm doing the vocals, and doing a bit more not that really low growls like he did. It's more like a bit more dynamic to it, even if it's not that like brutal,
right?
Now he's got the sort of he's got the instrument to write the vocals too for that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Because the previous material, if he would have been doing the vocals, it just maybe wouldn't fit that well like it does now. So now he's got more like he can use all the spectrum he wants writing the songs.
Do you find that with the change in sort of the music and bringing in those influences, the themes change a little bit when you're writing lyrics? Or the theme?
I think the themes have been staying quite the same. Like okay, maybe the couple of the first albums, they were more like this straightforward horror stuff, like actually like referring to some like movies and stuff.
Right.
But after that, the several records have been there has been some inspiration from the horror movie stuff, but it's getting more and more into the how you could say a bit more abstract ways of like lyrics. So it's more like getting the atmosphere down, and so it's I think the lyric wise it's quite the same.
Okay.
I think yeah.
Is there a message or something you want your fans to take away from after listening to a Hooded Menace record?
Not a message like to preach of anything like that. It's more like I think it's the lyrics are there to support the music. The music is the message, the whole atmosphere, the emotions you get from it. So it's the lyrics they're more like to paint a picture, a more graphic picture of the whole atmosphere. So it's and that way it's not too like when there's some say a movie inspiration behind the lyrics.
Mhm.
It's more fitting to kind of detach from that, like the too accurate picture, and gets more to the whole like expressive side to it.
Okay. So let me ask you one more question about songwriting, and then we'll move on. When you guys are writing songs, are you writing songs how they'll come across on stage, or are you writing songs just for the song's sake, and then you figure it out on stage?
Yeah. Like I said last step, he's the guy who writes the songs, and he's actually the one that writes the songs like 100% like ready when we get to record.
Really? So you just go in and do it?
Yeah. So he's the guy who he even like arranges the lyrics, like all the rhythm parts. Even though he's not singing them anymore, he's
right.
like he's got the whole package done.
And he just delivers it.
Yeah, so it's like when we still were doing those gigs, it was like we just do the thing we did in the studio. So it's trying to get as accurate as possible,
right,
and as true to the original sound to it.
How did you guys get in touch with Season of Mist for this record?
I can remember how we originally got. I think it was Lasse was in contact with them somehow, but this is the second one coming out from Season of Mist.
Okay.
So it was, I think it was like 2017 when we were recording.
Gotcha. I thought this was the first one. What was it like? What was it like recording and doing this whole record, and even doing the release and marketing and all that stuff in this weird new world we live in?
I think we're the ones that the band that haven't been having like too much of the disturbance of this whole pandemic stuff, because the way we record stuff, we live we're used to live like across the country,
mm-hmm.
and we do the drums in several different studio, and then they do the guitars at a different place, and I do vocals here in Helsinki. Right. So it was like that 2017 already. So it's the same process.
Same process, right?
Yeah, the very same process. And now like both of the last these two albums have been the engineer of the record has been outside Finland.
Mm-hmm.
It was this Jaime Gomez last time, and now Andy LaRoque.
Oh, really? From King Diamond?
Yeah. He was the guy who was he mixed the album and mastered the album, and did the guitar recording stuff, like mixing the guitars,
right?
Recorded here. So it's been like bouncing the emails all over the globe. Right. So it's not that different. Like the pandemic situation.
That's good. It didn't affect you at all.
Yeah, didn't.
So I've got to ask you, you guys are from Finland, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the water or what's happening over there, but why are there so many metal bands, good metal bands that come out of Finland as opposed to like the rest of the world?
That's pretty hard to tell. I don't.
I mean, per capita, if you did the numbers on it, it's got to be amazing, because everywhere I turn, there's another Finnish metal band.
Yeah, if I recall right, it was actually even Obama who was like having the statistics about Finland, like having most heavy metal bands per capita.
Really?
Yeah. It was like interview of him. I've seen the footage. I don't know what was the context, but it's actually
right. I have to look it up, because I just find it amazing every time I look at where a band's from. Holy shit, they're from Finland again.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's I've been trying to figure out myself, like, and it's even in Finland, it seems like that the smaller the town, the more isolated like areas you got, the more they have those bands
Right.
going on, and and the good thing is that like lots of originality going
Yes.
on, like so. But I think I don't think I can tell up anything about like this whole global
Right.
context. But in Finland, like seeing these bands coming from smaller towns, smaller cities, isolated areas, I think it has got to be something to do with uh these really enthusiastic people like finding themselves like smaller like not even scenes. It's like individuals gathering together and like
Right.
trying to get it done. Like, of course, in bigger cities there might be some like scenes going on, but be it metal or be it punk, it's usually more like it's just like people have the urge to do it, not
Yeah.
not like being part of this scene that much. More like and more the more isolated you are, the more you gather your own vision, like
Right.
not to be affected too much of the others. Maybe of course the whole, like since the tape trading scene, it's been like global, like
Right.
people changing ideas and stuff, but it's not like that you have to be doing like these gigs like again and again and again. It's more like hanging out at rehearsal places
Right.
and getting stuff recorded and put it out.
As somebody from the United States, I picture it like everywhere I go, every 7-Eleven or every convenience store or grocery store, I'll be running into metalheads with battle vests on. It's not, is it?
Not exactly like that, but yeah, I've got some friends like abroad, and when they visit Finland, it's someone has sometimes said that it's funny to see like underground metal shirts that
Yeah.
much, but it's not like every other people, right? Like walking, like passing by is like a metalhead, but I think it's not that like weird anymore
Right.
here.
Do they play metal on the radio there?
Yeah, we've got like a couple of radio stations. The radio stations actually quite much suck nowadays because
Yeah.
it's like the more like bigger corporations
Yeah.
owning like almost every one of them.
Right.
We got some like independent smaller radios, but it's like you can. I think the listeners for those programs are like from 10 to
Right.
100 at max. But but there are like a couple of bigger radio stations that have this rock and metal rotation going on.
Gotcha.
But it's usually like playing those same Metallica songs all over
Yeah.
again. So it's not like maybe a couple of like the guys who are doing their own programs might be like playing some underground metal music. But I think it was more like that in 90s. We had
Gotcha.
like it wasn't that like not these playlists and all that stuff.
Right. So let's get back to Hooded Menace. You guys have any kind of live plans now that things are starting to open up, or what are you guys planning?
And not actually. Like the last show we played was 2018 in Killtown Deathfest in Copenhagen, and that was supposed to be like the last gig we're gonna play actually.
Oh, really?
Not like that. It's like for Infinite, but it was more like we'll see if we ever play again. It's more like it's to do with some of the guys not too keen on playing live at the first place. Last year we were supposed to do when the second album Never Cross the Dead had its 10-year anniversary. We were supposed to do the European tour, but because of the pandemic, it's got like canceled, and now it's like after that there haven't been any talks about like no consensus about returning to do the gigs. I think Lasse just gave some interview to some like web page where he was asked about the same thing, and his answer was something like that. No interested in not interested in gigs, pandemics or not. So
what about okay, not even live streams, not doing anything like that?
No, we just did the music video shooting last weekend, and that was actually the first time we were playing together as a band since the 2018, because we haven't been like doing the whole band together rehearsals for the record even.
Right.
So that was the closest to the live show we've been getting like for several years, and I think it was like it was fun to do, but I don't know. Of course, you never say never. It might be like if we get some like really tempting offer.
Right. No, I get
like
it.
to do the really, like, I don't know, some band warming up, some band that like everyone loves from their heart.
Right.
Something like that. It has to be something like that, not just doing any like ordinary metal bar gig, or even just like touring our asses off.
Yeah, touring in a van is for young guys.
Yeah. And I'm the youngest one. The other ones are like 10 years.
Oh, really?
Older than me. Yeah. They've been doing this like from the late 80s. So
yeah, I couldn't imagine. Not at my age. I'm not getting in a van unless the money is big.
Yeah. I think that's the case with the others too.
So I think I've covered everything I had on my list. Did I miss anything you want to cover?
I don't know. I haven't been thinking anything myself. So yeah,
I think we covered everything, right? We talked about the Tritonus Bell, 6 albums in, the scene, the pandemic.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything on my list. Are we good?
Yeah, we're good.
Awesome. I can't wait to listen to the record. I've only heard the single, or the first one, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
And whatever you guys are doing over there in Finland, keep it up, because you're inspiring the rest of the world.
Yeah, thanks.
Be well, my friend. Take care.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
You. Bye.
Ever wonder what a punch from Elton John feels like?
Or how you'd cope with having turned down the chance to be in Nirvana?
Or what signal Keith Richards gives when he wants you to get the hell out of his hotel room?
Fans of Too Much Effing Perspective don't have to wonder, because they've heard these exact stories and a jillion others on our podcast. I'm Alex Hoffman, former tour manager for Radiohead.
And I'm musician and comedy writer Alan Keller. On the TMEP show, we get guests like Nancy Wilson from Heart, Jeremiah Freites from the Lumineers, and Modern Family's Julie Bowen to tell us things they may have only shared with their therapist, clergy, or a TMZ stringer.
So join us on Too Much Effing Perspective. That's EFFING Perspective. The only podcast you crank up to 11.